Welcome to Kayan Frequency. My name is Maitha Salem, and I'm an Emirati yoga teacher. And I'm here today with Sahar.
Hi everyone, my name is Sahar. I'm a yoga student and I'm here to just share my
To basically
experience
with yoga and how much we love it. To warm things up, we're kicking off with a rapid fire round. All right, I'm gonna start with giving you short questions.
No explanation.
No
I'm just gonna
explanations, just
choose.
like the first thing that pops in your mind. All right, let's go. So yoga at home or at the studio?
At the studio.
At home, definitely at home. Guided meditation or silent meditation?
Guided meditation.
Definitely.
Dr. Hisham.
Dr. Hisham, yeah. Just hearts to you. Silent meditation for sure. Jumping to the second one. Desert or beach?
Beach.
Beach? Yeah, beach. I think both of us are beach. All right. Hot yoga or yin yoga?
Yin yoga.
Hot yoga. Hot yoga. Herbal tea or qahwa?
Coffee.
Herbal tea. And early morning practice or evening unwind?
Evening, of course.
Oh my God, morning classes definitely.
You're a morning person anyway.
And sweating it out or stretching and breathe?
Stretching and breathe.
Sweating it out. I promise we're best friends. We're just like completely in a polar opposite way. Teaching classes or attending a class?
At this point, just attending classes.
So there might be future into you teaching. You never know. Okay, so definitely teaching a class. Breathwork or sound healing?
Breathwork.
Breathwork for sure. Sahar, what drew you first to yoga, just as a student?
Well, actually, first started yoga. I was kind of going through, let's say, some tough time, and we were already friends. That's when you suggested for me, like, why not try yoga? That might like kind of calm you down. I was looking for something to ground me, to just clear my mind. That's I first started with Dr. Hisham.
Yeah,
it was
with
just
a
a meditation
class.
and first class, second class, the whole experience for me. It's like the minute I left that class, I had a lot to take with me outside. I learned how to take that outside of that room.
Yeah, I love that you took that away from the class and trying meditation for the first time. It was the most challenging part for me actually to jump into the mindfulness. Because for me, how it went and how it started was with the physical activity of it. Just entering into hot hatha straight away, not even understanding. Because what I thought yoga is just about the calm movement and just the serenity of just sitting down and meditating. And at that point in my life, I genuinely didn't want to sit with myself because I wasn't very comfortable with who I am. But going into the hot hatha class and just sweating it all out somehow made me have the biggest basically smile on my face, and I walked with a sensation, with a feeling that got me hooked. It got me want to keep coming back every time for that feeling.
One of the things that helped me to start with meditation, it was you, because you had more knowledge than me. So you gave me that.
I was preaching you a
yeah.
lot.
So you said like you start with that one. You start with the yin classes. That's like I didn't go straight to the advanced
And I feel like
level.
that really helps even with the people, like when my students come in, and even you at some stages, like whenever you have you're in a different state basically of mind, I would go and tell you to try something else where it resonates to what you need. So you start with the yin, like yesterday, I think it was Friday or Saturday that you took the yin class. And usually you're not a yin person anymore. Yin classes are basically the more calm, like jumping into like really long postures just to
Like
stretch
2-3
out the body,
minutes.
the fascia, and allowing your body to surrender into the pose. Unlike the power vinyasa or my classes, which are a bit more active, or the meditation classes. So basically yoga has something to offer for everyone at every stage of their at every stage of their life. And yeah,
It's here where there are a lot of misconception about yoga. So when you ask someone now about like what is yoga, they will be like, oh, it's just like a very easy kind of sport or practice. It's always just chilling. No. Yoga will meet you wherever you are.
Yeah.
You want to be active, go for a power vinyasa.
Yeah.
You want to like be more calm, more grounded, pose, breathe. There is meditation, there is mindfulness. There are one of your classes as
The
well,
candlelit,
the candlelit that I take like by the end of every week after like chaotic week, I go to that class and it's just like I surround, I breathe, I pause.
Yeah.
So all those misconceptions.
And also adding the misconception of you having to be like flexible or having to have a certain body type.
That's a result.
That exactly. It's genuinely the result of you committing to yourself and you disciplining yourself, because that way yoga offers. I always tell them that within the borders of your corner, that's your كوكب زمردة أسميه. If anyone knows Space Tune, that's where the reference comes from. And I love that I corner people in and I allow them to be themselves without judgment, without anything. And it helps them to discipline themselves, where they shed away the judgment, where you don't compare to the other people who are around you. Especially, it can be intimidating, because even usual practitioners come to the classes, and if you look around, you'll be intimidated by how much people are moving. Remember at our first class when we went to the power videos? she was
15 minutes.
Yeah, 15
that's
minutes.
all.
15 minutes in. I mean, you have to look at her now, but like just at the beginning, even me when I began, she looks at me while we're on the mat, and Mina, our instructor, is looking at us, and she's like, "Why did I come here?" That look on her face was priceless, and I think the resilience in you, where you genuinely wanted to be better, you wanted to take care of yourself, that made you keep coming back and actually committing to it and always finding something to inspire you.
Because of the impact that yoga had in my life. Let's talk even my reaction, my response to my anxiety. I learned how to breathe. I learned how to overcome it. I become more patient. Whenever I don't feel like my body is doing well, I can just use one of the stretching movements that I learned.
Yeah.
So that impact, the way that I was able to take something from yoga, from that class, from that mat, and use it outside, that would keep me coming. Plus, plus the community.
Yeah.
The community, like since day one, since I came in, I was always welcomed. There was no jealousy, no competition, no right or wrong.
Yeah.
You just always tell us, just do it the way it serves you, how you can do it. There is no right and wrong. At some point, I'll do it completely right, but for now, you always adjust it to wherever I am.
Yeah, and I think just adding that part where it's basically serving you as a tool, because when we talk about yoga, we talk about a holistic wellness practice. It offers you so many tools, whether it's the breath, whether it's the discipline, whether it's anything else that might help you connect with yourself. These tools that you gain on your mat really helps you to navigate life outside of your mat. You walk out and you kind of have something to help you just navigate around the way, because I mean life is really hectic and we're super stressed all the time with the way life is just so fast paced, and having these things and seeing that influence on you and seeing that influence on the students is just completely, it's life-changing. Yes, I started as a student, and now being a teacher and being able to offer all my knowledge and all of that good sensation, it's like, it feels like I'm a bottle of water that just keeps filling itself to fill other people. And when you guys come to the classes and I see that smile on your face after Shavasana, I mean, I got chills right now. All right. So jumping into the second segment, now that we finished with the questions, I just wanted to see if there would be any moments, Sahar, during your classes, or an inspirational moment. It could be recent or it could be from a long time ago that really influenced you and kind of sits with you.
I would say it's always the first classes. So it was, I would never forget that. It was the second class, meditation class with Dr. Hisham. So for me, for someone who's active, I'm always like on alert. For me to be able on that class to completely disconnect. Yeah. There was a moment where I didn't feel my arms, I didn't feel my legs. I was literally on a wave. As he guided me to that moment where my mind was like turned
Just
off.
blissfulness.
There's
Just
emptiness.
nothing. Yeah, just
Emptiness, like
nothing.
nothing on my
Yeah.
mind. So that experience, that's something that really like influenced me, really impacted me, and I would like
I
never
remember
forget that.
discussing that after the class, and
It was
we,
a breakthrough.
yeah, it
like,
was a breakthrough for you. But isn't it lovely that we both were at that class, but somehow you took that away, and what I took away is just the relief of letting go of control. So it was the same practice, the same everything. We were sitting right next to each other, but the way it influenced us,
it's
it was
different.
completely different. And that's what I mean about where yoga like the wellness practices offer something for people wherever they are. You always take what resonates with you and you leave what doesn't. And we're just a living proof of that. Honestly, for me, it was Jay's class at Yoga One, the hot hatha forever. I was trying to balance on my left foot, and I kept feeling wobbly and I kept falling out. And I had that kind of angry moment with myself where I'm like, I'm just gonna keep falling and I'm just gonna keep falling, and it doesn't feel right for me. And Jay, just walking around very casually, she goes and throws a line. She said, "It's okay, the floor is there to support you." So to me, that I think that stayed with me 6 years later. I still carry it with me. That hey, no matter what happens, you're not gonna fall 6 feet under. It's okay. You can fall, and you can always lift yourself up, and you can always go ahead. And guess what? I actually managed to balance on my left foot just perfectly that day after what she said.
The ground
So
got you.
yeah, so it just I just needed a nudge, like a kind of like a safety net within my own head to be able to move forward and feel balanced. Because in life in general, I feel like we struggle with like the tango dance between trying to balance everything, finding the rest, or finding not doing enough, or
Being in control.
being
of
in control,
everything.
or like if you're not doing enough, then you're too lazy. You're not keeping up with how everything is moving. But honestly, if anything, I think yoga taught us that calming down is the hardest thing that you can do.
Being able to hold a pose for 2-3 minutes, meditating for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah. The amount
It's
of
harder.
discipline,
It's
the
harder
amount
to
of
just keep moving. You can keep moving.
Yeah.
That's easy.
But can
just
you
be still.
stop? Can you stop and be still? Really, truly. I think
That's the challenge.
and that's the real challenge, and that's what yoga offers. It offers discipline. All right. So we already spoke about how we integrate yoga into our life on a daily basis. I'm not gonna say just yoga. I'm gonna say the other aspects of yoga, because yoga means union, the union of the body, the mind, and the soul, and having that triangle within you connected and aligned. It helps you understand yourself better. It makes you more comfortable with who you are, and when you're comfortable with who you are and you truly know who you are, and you end up showing up in places in just a different way, where people can connect to the authentic you and not the layers and layers and layers that we put on top, trying to maybe please people or align with something that really doesn't resonate with us. When you're at peace with yourself, when you feel that finally I can genuinely be present the way I am without judgment, you reflect that energy on other people, and it helps them show up the way they're comfortable with. And I do that with my classes all the time. I feel like it was at the beginning where I wanted to be a perfect teacher. I wanted to get everything right. I wanted to get nothing wrong. And I kept forcing Sahar to be on the front of the mat, like the front row, because looking at her, knowing how much, like, how great of a person she is, and how everything we went through together has shaped her into a transparent person that is really aligned with how true they are, helped me show myself the way I am. And with that, it had like a crazy ripple effect on everyone at the class. With every class that I have, I make sure that I'm authentic. I throw some jokes in, and I don't fear the judgment. where when my students grab into that energy, I feel like they start moving the way they genuinely want to move, not how I cue it. And I've noticed that. Like, I've noticed the more I ease into my own practice and how I move and how I cue it and the way I speak within the class, I feel like the students started being more happy because it gives them the flexibility, the space to just be who they are. And that's truly why I teach to begin with.
Okay, so just like as being an Emirati teacher, let me ask you this one. As being an Emirati teacher, how do you see that yoga can impact the Emirati culture, or can be beneficial to your culture, or be included in your culture?
I think it kind of overlaps because just how you mentioned at the beginning, yoga is welcoming, it's accommodating, and that's how Emiratis are. We're genuinely just very welcoming, and I feel like it overlaps with the values that we have. Without connecting it into a deeper level, just like having that superficial layer where if you come into a house, you're welcomed and you're greeted with a smile and you're not judged. You're just there to have a conversation with people. And that's what the yoga studio is offering us, the yoga space.
Yeah.
The community is so crucial. And I think it's one of the pillars where it keeps people coming back.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's what we have. We were rooted in our values and in our culture, the welcoming aspect of it, and just being accepted the way we are. I mean, look at us. We're venturing into so many things. People are divers, yoga teachers, astronauts. It's such a beautiful acceptance that we're having here, and that tolerance to accept everything that is where young Emiratis are exploring. So I feel like it just genuinely connects to the values naturally, where it doesn't conflict at all.
Mentioning the young Emirati girls, what do you have, like, what do you suggest for a young Emirati girl who's thinking about starting yoga? Where can she start from? How can she start it?
I mean, just begin, just start. Find a yoga studio, maybe Yoga One, and find one of our classes and just enter and see what it has to offer. It calls for you, that serenity, that peace, that movement, that aching in your joints. It would call for you. And just signing up for any class, I'd say, start 5, 15, 20 minutes, add the breath work into your practice. It got nothing to do with anything else, despite the fact that it will help you align better with yourself and help you evolve into a better person. And if it inspires one person, if one person actually goes and listens to this and it inspires them to be better, we've done such a great job in this world, because it's a ripple effect at the end, where if you fix one person, if you help one person, if you inspire one person,
It's already enough.
it's already enough. You've done enough.
As well, like for you, you're an Emirati teacher. Is there anything like you've been thinking about, or you might suggest, that might help your community or your culture to make it more accessible? I mean, yoga in general, to be more accessible for Emirati culture, Emirati world.
I think يعني الحمد لله Sheikh Hayyan has really helped us through this by supporting us through the International Yoga Day. And it just shows how much tolerance, and he speaks about how beneficial yoga is to himself as he practices it as well. And having these events all around really encouraged us even more to show up more and to offer more. With that, I think adding more community classes would definitely help. Building awareness away from all of the misconceptions that yoga holds, whether it's a religion or something conflicts the values. Imagine yoga as a sport. Let's say jiu-jitsu. If jiu-jitsu and taekwondo and what other sports are like that I'm really not aware of comes from different countries. Yoga can be coming from India or like a really small spot between India and Pakistan. It really doesn't genuinely connect to that religion specifically. let's dissect it. Let's take what serves us in yoga, which is moving our body, feeling better within ourselves, breathing, having these tools that helps us within to kind of cope with how this world is going on with, and use it instead of actually just like fixating on the bad thing and searching and kind of emphasizing on the bad thing or emphasizing on what conflicts. If we take away that side and we just allow our mind coming in with not the flexibility of the body but the flexibility of the mind, I feel it can be great and helpful for a lot of people. So maybe building more awareness, having sessions in Arabic, let's say.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
You do it. Sometimes you give your classes.
I do it a lot because a lot of Emiratis and a lot of Arabs come to my classes, and I feel like sometimes when we speak with our own language, it connects better. So I think adding just that, breaking down the language barrier and adding more community classes, maybe more awareness, adding it as a stretch. Actually, just a fun fact, do you know that yoga actually began as the asanas or the movements began as a warm-up for the military? Imagine you saying, and for men, by the way. It wasn't for women.
So it's not for women. There's a misconception that it's only for women.
Yes, and it's not really. If you think about it, it can be more feminine right now, the way it got westernized, which honestly, I love that it got westernized because it allowed more exposure. If it was just confined within where it was, we wouldn't have this mainstream of yoga and Pilates and just other things that really helped us become better. So yeah, it was just that was the beginning of it. They were just thinking about the movements, how it would open up the joints, how it would help you move your body, how it would prepare you for that seated posture, let's say sitting on a desk or sitting on an airplane for so many hours. I just came back from Bali just yesterday, and I sat on an airplane for 8 hours. And when I tell you, I was really grateful that I put that 15 minutes to have just a small flow to move my joints. It feels different. The way I ride planes and the way I sit behind my desk has completely shifted.
Yeah.
And my body, after I made it a regular practice to move my joints. So away from everything, if you want the mindfulness, it's there. If you want the calming of the mind, it's there. And if you want to sweat it out and lift up your heartbeat, it's there. And if you want something to connect with who you are and finding your purpose, it's also there. And
something to ground you, to center you, something that you can take out and use it in your daily life, in different episodes of your life. That's where yoga comes. It's something that's impacts you absolutely.
And it's what the future, and this is the future. Honestly, yoga is the future, and wellness is the future.
The wellness in general.
Very grateful for Kayan Wellness. Honestly, them just putting in so much effort and time and energy, spreading it all over. Helping to raise awareness and offering us this platform to not just share our experiences, inspire people. I feel like it's a milestone, and they're paving a way for it to just spread all over. So very grateful for that, and hoping for more events that would help us spread the word about the wellness and how beneficial it is for people. All right. So just as a closing reflection, if there is anything basically just from a student's perspective or someone who just begun with yoga, you just want to leave with one inspirational line.
What would I say? It's like when through yoga, I found out that peace, it's not something that you would just find by accident. Peace is something that you have to build within you, that you have to look for it. And either through yoga or through anything that's like serves you or like aligned with you, you will be able to find it. And there is nothing required to start yoga. It just started, be there, be present, and I'm sure it will serve you wherever you are.
So basically, come as you are. You don't even have to bring your mat. We have that for you. and just come with a flexible mind. Don't worry about the flexibility of the body. All right. Thank you so much, Sahar. I do have one thing which I wanna and wrap the podcast with. If I'll give you a true and false answers, questions, and I'd like to take your take on these. So, yoga is a religion.
Yoga, it's a practice.
Yoga is a
It's a
practice.
practice. It's like it has nothing with whatever you believe in. It's your practice, it's a workout. The question that everyone is asking always, do you have to be flexible to
No.
start yoga?
No, that's the result. And yoga is more than stretching.
Yeah, absolutely. It's more than stretching, it's breathing, it's wellness, it's stillness, it's responding to anxiety, it's the peace within yourself that you're gonna feel it.
And yoga can connect you to your community. Have you witnessed that?
Absolutely. So in yoga, one of the things that keep me coming back, no matter how I feel, I'm stressed out, I'm not feeling myself. One of the things that keep me coming back is the community. Is the moment I enter this.
And we have so much fun, like away from the conception that we're always chilled and there's nothing going on and we're always happy and in absolute blissfulness. Yes and no at the same time. I feel like when we unite at the studio, at that community, we all unite because we all want that relief, that energy, that feeling good. So when we unite, I feel like we bring that energy together. We
Yes.
bring it to life. We kind of spark it together with life. And that's what the community is all about. The community should make you feel better about yourself.
And we're always happy to see each other.
Yeah, my
Because we know
gosh.
that no matter how I showed up, I know that I'm gonna leave better.
Yeah.
Feeling better.
Yeah. I think that's the most beautiful thing. That's truly. You always end up having like the widest smile on your face, or just like that sense of serenity, that sense of stillness and just feeling grounded. Do you have to look a certain way to do yoga?
Absolutely not. It just you showed up to the way you are, and however you're feeling, the way you are.
There is
And you
no
just let it.
prerequisites for.
There's
for
no requirements.
No requirements, no prerequisites, unlike other sports. Just to wrap things up, I'd like to thank Kayan once again for this opportunity, not just talking about something I'm really passionate about, but to talk about it with my best friend, Sahar. And I can't wait to keep doing yoga, and I can't wait to see more of you in the classes and having this influence. I hope something inspired you. I hope you can take something beneficial from this podcast and stay good and stay with the light. Thank you.
Thank you.